project that we have been able to sort of develop. The whole purpose of ReINVENT is to reconnect things that we know, but things also we've forgotten about 19th century textile making in Scotland. We want to do this through material evidence that's in collections, through archives, and also the built heritage around us as well. And our magnificent setting that we've got here today at the Maryhill Burgh Halls really epitomises that whole scene that we're tapping into. And we've got the glass panels here, the historical ones, and the modern interpretations here, all based on late 19th century textile, or just industrial production, including textiles. And we're going to hear a lot more about that from Gordon Barr, who's the heritage manager at the Halls later on. So first, I just want to give a little tiny bit of background to what ReINVENT is. It's a year-long knowledge exchange network, and it started in late March this year. It's funded by the Royal Society of Edinburgh, the Scottish Parliament, or Scottish Government rather, and we're supported by STIC, which is a collections network group for science, technology and industry. And the core of ReINVENT is a partnership of 11 like-minded individuals that have come together from museums and archives and universities, as well as independent researchers. And we're all bringing in different disciplinary insights into this extraordinarily powerful position that Scotland held when it was making textiles, and it was a leading textile making nation in the 19th century. And we've discovered that England's sort of textile history is getting fairly well researched. It's up ahead of Scotland. And we just feel that that's perhaps because there's a lot of important connections that have been broken between how, why, when and where things were happening within the industry. And we believe it's here, it's embedded within either people physically or the objects or the things that we see around us, and it just needs reconnected. So it's the eureka moment. Apparently it means I haven't discovered, it means I've found, which I love that idea. It's out there to be had, and we're going to find it again and bring it together. So enabling those connections, we're going to hopefully be able to input as a growing, wonderful growing sense. There's a big resurgence in Scottish textile manufacturing, and looking back at our past to look forward. So we feel it's especially important to bring together things like conservation, so protecting these collections that allow us to look back, bringing together history, the science and technology, the engineering, how things are made. All these things will link together and they come together in this common ground. And we just don't feel there's enough opportunities for us to cross-fertilise our ideas as a scientist, as a textile historian, as a designer, and that's, again, why ReINVENT happened. So we've organised 3 ReINVENT knowledge exchange workshops over this past year, one themed on tools and on the theme of supplies and materials, one on tools and equipment, another on power, and we'll hear about the outcomes of each of those workshops later on this morning. We've managed to invite another 46 voices to join in those conversations with us, which was quite tremendous, and again get the sense we're onto something that is really meaningful to people. So today we're going to share those outcomes, to place Scotland within the wider context of what's happening in the UK, what's happening in Europe as well. And we're also going to hear about some of the new stories that have been told through museum displays, through independent historians that are doing wonderful things out there and local history initiatives. And then later this afternoon we have our show and tell session, and that's an opportunity to come and have a look at some of the handling collections that people very kindly brought along from museums and archives and universities, so you can get a little bit closer. Some people might not have had a chance to see some of these things before, so I'd like you to come and explore that with us. And there's some posters as well, there's lots of booklets, people bought all books as well, so please come have a look at that. I just want to really inspire people just to sort of make connections and things, and if there's not enough to inspire us already, this doesn't do any justice. We have an enormous cake done in addition to the logo for afternoon tea, so if anything's going to keep people here, please be it for the cake. But if we could ask when we get to that point to just contain that, and then we'll have some film footage running on here, some archive film footage that people very kindly donated to look at. So you can have your tea and coffee here, and then the objects will set through in the bit we've just had our tea and coffee, which is right now. So if you could just have things on that, that'd be great. So we just really want everybody to join in with this. Everybody seems to have some story or some connection in the textile making, whether it's in Scotland or further afield. And whether an academic scholar or someone with a family connection to the industry, we would love you to join and be part of this. And there's so much to discover. Like, for instance, I was reading something about William Perkins, who is the synthetic, or the chemist who's associated with discovering the first synthetic dye. And in this journal called Chemical News from 1878, it says Perkins and Robert Puller, of Puller's of Perth, came to Maryhill to have, on an industrial scale, their know tried out calico printers. One of these panel here is a calico printer of around about that period. So there's little tiny bits like that, very exciting, and just start to, want to connect with us up. So textiles fascinate people. People have connections with some wonderfully important British industry. It's in our landscapes, it's in our townscapes, it's in our family history, it's in our shared national histories. And it's got this enormousness and the magnificence of what it represents, and it's powerful because it distills different viewpoints. So we want these historical textiles to really inspire people, the new designers, the new historians, the new conservators, the new engineers, and we aspire for ReINVENT to be one of many wonderful initiatives that are happening at the moment to be a conduit for that. And by you being here today, you are part of that endeavour too, so we're really grateful. So we hope you enjoyed today. Take that opportunity to connect yourself and chat to people that are on the table. In your delegates pack, you will not be leaving. We will prize this out of your hands if we have to. There's a little card, it's got two sides, it's a feedback form, and this is going to help us. We'll talk about this towards the end. We want to start shaping where this goes next, because there's a lot of potential here. We need your feedback to tell us, because we might choose something like that doesn't do it for me. We want it to do it for you. So give us some feedback about a little about yourself, but also where you'd like us to go to. And keep reminding ourselves about this stuff every day. So now
Thanks for the invitation, and a welcome to everybody. I just live quite near here. It's the first time I've been in the Burgh, and they are magnificent. I'm really impressed by them, and I must come back again and look at all the stained glass at a later date. But anyway, I'd like to add my warm welcome to Anita and Francis, and a special welcome to those of you who have come far away from Finland, and from Kidderminster, Melbourne, and people have come from exotic places like Edinburgh and Paisley. But this, I think, is an incredibly exciting project. And I should say, in fact, that I'm the man that does give up money. But this is the first time anybody's asked me to come to an event like this, and I'm really grateful, because we see the applications and we see the final reports, but this is actually seeing what is happening. And thank you very much for that invitation. And I think it's so important, because this is part of the heritage of this part of Scotland. Scottish textiles, as you know, are sold throughout the world. And I think one of the strengths of it is the fact that it covers so many areas, so many topics, the design, the fabrics, the yarns, the weaving, printing, the machines, the equipment, the power, we're going to hear about later. And for that reason, the joy of it is, and one of the things that really attracted us to the Royal Society of Edinburgh was the fact that it brings together academics and practitioners, and not only that, in academics, a wide range of subjects: technical, art, design, history, material culture, engineering, and the creative artists in design, and practitioners in the arts in general, weavers, most often to one, quilt makers, and others that I was talking to earlier, to research the wealth of the 19th century Scottish textile industry. For those of you who don't know about the RSE, Royal Society of Edinburgh, maybe just a few words, and again say that we're privileged to be able to help this great Scottish project. The Royal Society of Edinburgh is Scotland's foremost academy. It's been going on for about over 200 years, or 250 years, I think. And it's independent, it's not party political, and it represents all of Scottish universities and institutions. And the government uses us a lot because of our breadth of experience, and also probably because we don't charge. We're free, it helps. But we do things like arrange lectures throughout Scotland, not only in Edinburgh. We wanted to change the title to the Royal Society of Scotland, but apparently that doesn't didn't go down too well. Inquiries into renewable energies, welfare reform, etc. And we've just started a young academy. If anybody here under 40 would like to apply, please do. It's a very vibrant young academy. When I say under 40, it's because the Royal Society of Edinburgh is one of the few places left where I actually feel quite young. So we get the funds actually from the Scottish Government, and then we disperse it for arts and humanities projects. And they have to have an interest to the people of Scotland. And the money goes to workshops, which is this today, for example, networking, which is slightly wider, international, this is international too, of course, and also small grants in the arts and humanities. The big research councils now give, £500,000 or £1 million grants to big projects, but there still is a need, we find, for the smaller ones, and so even £10,000 here, £20,000 there actually does help in, especially the arts and humanities. My colleagues in medicine sort of laughed at that, but I think it's very important still in arts and humanities. And this project ticks all the right boxes as far as we are concerned. It blends academic research with creative art, and it is of public interest, as we'll see today. And so, congratulations to both of you and to everybody who's been involved in this project. And as you know, I've done a bit of research because I was so fascinated by the project, and I found out so much about the Scottish textiles, beginning with the Industrial Revolution and what made Scotland and the UK so great. And you'll be hearing about the Turkey red printed cloth, the Paisley and Edinburgh shawls, the Stoddard Templeton carpets, and the Gurrick rope works. And Templeton's, although we're not specifically talking about it today in particular, I think it was regarded as one of the world's finest manufacturers of quality carpets. We'll be hearing about the Kidderminster carpets later on. And they were used, and of course they found their way into the coronations of Westminster Abbey and the White House as well. And of course there's that iconic building, the Templeton building, near Glasgow Green, who luckily never pulled down, as many of the buildings were that housed these manufacturing. And at once the centre for mighty luxury carpet manufacturing industry, but it was local and it had a human touch. And the archives, and you mentioned the archives, and I looked into them as well. And there's some delightful letters. A little boy of 5, and you can just see a 5-year-old's handwriting saying, "Could he have a carpet that size for his cat?" And sent it there, and the manager replies to him and produces the carpet. And there's a delightful letter back from the boy saying, "My daddy said you would never answer me." So there's that nice little touches all the way through. And then there's the production of Turkey red dyed and printed cottons, another major industry in the Vale of Leven, particularly in the mid-19th century, but only closing in the mid-20th century. I don't know if anybody here has been involved in that. The nice thing is that so many of these industries still have people alive who were involved in it, and I think today we'll probably be hearing, and we certainly want to hear from you. And this, as you know, is a complex method of dyeing cotton, which produced a bright shade of red. And the important thing is we've got hundreds of pattern books left in the archives. And these were sold throughout the world, to China, where we're now in fact importing our textiles, North America, the West Indies. And then you also hear about the Paisley pattern shawls imported from the 1790s to 1860s, with stunning designs featuring distinctive twisted teardrop motif of Persian origin. And weavers in Paisley were the foremost producers of shawls in the 19th century. And fascinating too is the Greenick rope works, I think. And people want to choose Greenick and Gurrick, perhaps you can explain to us later. Starting in mid-18th century and going right the way through, in fact, I believe to the 1970s, we'll hear more later, although the company in fact didn't fold up until the 1990s. But it was part of the Gurrick scene and its heritage, producing, as you'd expect from that part of the country, fishing nets, sails, canvas, trawl nets, etc. And they left an iconic building as well, which is turned into luxury flats. In its heyday, it had branches in Australia, Argentina, Zimbabwe, Canada, and South Africa. But actually, as I say, I'm just showing off that I got so excited for it, and a lot of work. But you're going to hear from the experts today, and so I'm going to leave it to them. And thank you very much for inviting me.